Yo, what up, y'all? Thank y'all so much for dropping by, man. So, we're just gonna dive right into it, man. Now, I came across some information out here in these gaming streets, man. So it seems to me like Japan, you know what I'm saying, and I guess the government or the CMA and all the lawyers and all the judges, everybody came together, and now they are questioning Japan about why have they been blocking games from coming to Xbox, you know, and Game Pass, you know what I'm talking about, cloud gaming. You know what I'm saying? So this is all one person's fault why they have cracked down on Japan, and his name is Lion Jim Ryan. If it wasn't for this guy, they would not have this big stir up, this big mix up. Everybody is mad. Everybody is panicking. Everybody trying to figure out what's next, what's the next move. Sony is flopping left and right. Their games coming out flopping, so-called AAA bangers. The VR2 is flopping. The decisions that Jim Ryan have been making have been flopping left and right. So now this story comes out that, now they're being questioned. Okay, why are you blocking games from coming to Xbox? Then you got some other people out there in these gaming streets, some Decepticons over there at Sony's front office. Oh, we don't know what happened. We don't know what you're talking about. So it's like, okay, wait a minute, time out. If a game is exclusive, right, doesn't that mean that it's blocked from coming to any other console, cloud gaming, Nintendo, Xbox, anything else, any handheld, Android, Apple? It can't come to nothing else but PlayStation. That's it. They don't want to know anything else. Something like Spider-Man is only going to be dropping on PlayStation day one, and then gonna, come over to PC later on. You know what I'm saying? They love double dipping, doing cash grabs. Like I said before, man, Sony ain't nothing but a remake station. A frame drop, plastic box. You know what I'm saying? It's overpriced. Everything is overpriced. I told y'all guys from jump. I said, man, listen, I do not like the price point that they're gatekeeping these games. They're locking down. They're doing these little backdoor exclusive deals. They're raising the price on everybody. I never liked it. I never was with it. Like, it never justified why you need to lock down certain games. Why do you need to jack the price up? And the only thing I can come up with was Sony is just greedy, grimy, shady, stealing from their own fan base. And I've been saying that since day one, and now everybody is starting to see it. At first they weren't seeing it. I was like, what is this guy talking about, man? I've been telling y'all, I be hearing things out here in these gaming streets. Y'all be thinking it's crazy. I was like, bro, they have so many biased news articles, journalists, bad press going up against Microsoft and Xbox, talking about the deal is inadequate, it's anti-competitive. Okay, but nobody's talking about Japan. 98% owned by what? PlayStation. Xbox is having a hard time cracking that market. And now that they're doing it, now that everybody's starting to give Xbox a chance this generation, that's where all the hate and jealousy is coming from. Because they can see the movement that Uncle Phil and Game Pass is making. They can see the impact that Microsoft have right now. They can see everybody starting to believe in the movement. At first, everybody was laughing. It was funny at first. Like, oh man, I don't care about no Game Pass. Yeah, Sony had all these AAA bangers coming, dropping, all these bangers. You know what I'm saying? The quality. It was all about the quality. Oh, look at the PlayStation quality. The quality. We don't even hear about no SSD and quality anymore. All we're hearing is ponies and fanboys crying about Xbox is stealing games. How does it go from Xbox ain't got no games to a monopoly, and now they're trying to own all the studios, they're buying them, everything. Oh, they need to create organic growth like Sony did. Organic growth like Sony did. Xbox need to create organic growth. Oh, really? Organic growth. So you stealing Spider-Man away, that's organic growth. You stealing stuff like Final Fantasies away, big AAA banger franchises away from the Xbox community and fan base. That's organic. But they don't say nothing about that. See, those are things that they like to brush under the rug. They don't say nothing about that. That's what I'm waiting on them to say. It's like sometimes I sit back and I may come across a Sony guy, you know, a PlayStation guy or something, and I just want to hear what they got to say, because sometimes it's entertaining, because it's so funny, the delusion that these ponies and fanboys have. Y'all, I'm talking about, bro, it's next level. Like the stuff that comes out of these fanboys' mouth, it just don't make any sense sometimes, because it's like, how you gonna say one thing but then you go back and spin the bottle and say another thing, and then you like to move the goalposts? Okay, here for example, they'll do something like this. Oh, well, you know, we got God of War, we got Spider-Man, Horizon. And then they go back to saying, well, Xbox is stealing, you know, stuff like Starfield and Redfall away. They know those games was in development and they were supposed to come to PS5. Yeah, but you just bragged about God of War and Spider-Man being locked down to a plastic box. Sony gatekeeping, so that they can control their own fan base. You get what they're doing? That's the pattern. That's why it worked so well back in the day, but now it's starting to fade away. See, that old school way of thinking back in the 90s and the early 2000s, it worked then, but now everything is crossing over to cloud gaming. Game Pass is everywhere. It's its own ecosystem now. You can play Game Pass everywhere. You can't play PlayStation Plus everywhere yet. Now, in the future, do I see them moving more towards that little by little? Yeah, they're gonna have to, because it's like at this point, just waiting on AAA bangers like Spider-Man to drop, like every 6 months to a year, another banger like that drops on PlayStation. It's too slow. That's not enough bangers. Xbox have been dropping bangers every month this year, back to back to back to back to back. They're hitting them with the combos, bro. I'm talking about Uncle Phil ain't messing around this generation. And that's why the CMA, they're scared, you know, they're scared for Sony, because they're like, oh, well, we don't know if you're gonna just completely demolish the gaming industry anymore, because Sony, it ain't gonna be no room left to eat when Xbox get done. And Xbox, well, you know, we're gonna give them crumbs. We're gonna give them crumbs, because it was okay when they were breadcrumbing Xbox, right? They give them a little banger here and there, you know what I'm saying? But for majority of the games, Sony got like over 280 exclusives, 260, 280 exclusives. Xbox only got 60. There's a huge difference. That there's no comparison. They own 80% of the market. They own 80% of the market. So how is Xbox just going to mysteriously jump to 90% of the market off of one game? No, it's just going to make it an equal playing field now, where Sony can't just dominate the industry like they used to. And that's what it's all about. They want to keep their market leadership, because they know that brings power, that brings endorsements, that brings marketing, that brings business deals, that brings studios, that brings publishers. See, they always had the upper hand on Xbox. And now that's all over. And all the fanboys of ponies are over on Twitter just crying every day, bro, about Starfield, Redfall, now Hellblade. Next is going to be Avowed. Then it's going to be, oh, well, Perfect Dark supposed to be multi-plat. Oh, Indiana Jones supposed to be multi-plat. Oh, Fable's supposed to be multi-plat. They want all of Xbox games, right? But they don't want to give Xbox none of PlayStation games. It's like a kid, this selfish little brat. That's all these opponents are. They're all selfish. They don't want you to have nothing. They don't want Xbox to have nothing. Every time I turn around, man, it's just another pony crying, another fanboy rooting for PlayStation, another article comes out, another journalist. I can't even scroll down my Google timeline without seeing somebody cry about PlayStation is flopping again. The VR2 is way overpriced. We all knew that. I said this back in the day before it even dropped. When I seen the price, they took so long to come out with the price for VR2. It was crazy. I was like, okay, how much is this thing gonna cost? I'm thinking maybe 2, 3 max. When they came out with 600, 700, you're looking at about $1,000 if you really want to have fun with that thing. Like, who's really dropping that type of bag on the VR? If Facebook can't make it popping, I just don't even think VR is not ready yet. It's not ready yet. You're not making it backwards compatible. You're not dropping it into the PlayStation Plus ecosystem where you can play all of your PlayStation Plus games on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, marketing means a lot sometimes. If people can see, like, if it would have been smaller and you'd have made it like some sunglasses with the controller, made it more comfortable and not so crazy, you can kind of like see through it a little bit. It's certain ways you can design things to make it cool. They ain't making it appealing to the masses to make everybody really feel like they need a VR too. Do you really feel like you need a VR too? Like, do you like, man, I feel like I'm missing out on something. You don't feel like you're missing out on nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Xbox exclusives dropping, all those day ones and the Game Pass, those PlayStation fanboys feel like they missing something. Now you don't hear now one of them throwing it in the Xbox face because they know it ain't really popping like that. You don't really hear nobody. It's dead. The news is dead on arrival, man. Once I seen that price, I said, come on, I say we are being pranked, man. This is a joke. Bro, who is finna go out and spend $1,000 on a VR2 that you know for the average person? Outside of the 1 to 5% of gamers out there. And it's over 95% of people play games on mobile that they didn't even make it compatible with mobile games. That's what I'm saying about marketing. If you're gonna bring something out like that costs that much money, it's gonna have to come with a lot of value. And it's gonna have to come with a lot of different accessories, ways to game on it. It should have been compatible with mobile, PC, and console, and cloud gaming, which would be PlayStation Plus Premium. Like, I don't understand why, like, who would not have thought of that? Like, why would you just bring out something that's going to be gatekeep? Why? See, this is the problem, that old school way of thinking, that stingy, greedy, grimy, and shady mentality that Sony been having all these years is finally coming back to bite them. And the tables have finally turned. You can clearly see it, bro. They are lost. They are misguided. They don't even have good leadership over there at Sony right now. Look at Jim Ryan. He's running around like a chicken head cut off. He's flying all over the world trying to stop the deal. He don't know how to he don't know how to reel his own fan base back in for the couple of little ponies over there on Twitter. Like, nobody's really agreeing with him. Like I said before, man, PlayStation is selling like hotcakes around the world. I don't know all the numbers, but over here in the West, in the US, Xbox is selling like hotcakes as well. So they're going to have a big problem this generation. I'm sorry, they just are. Like, it's just the way it's going to be from here on out. And they're just going to have to get used to it, whether they like it or not. You know what I'm saying? When ain't nobody say nothing, when Sony got all these exclusives, we don't go crying to the CMA, the EU, UK. Oh, stop Sony from making Spider-Man exclusive, Wolverine exclusive, Final Fantasy exclusive. These little exclusive DLCs, map packs, add-ons, microtransactions. Do we go crying like that? No. Uncle Phil just say, you know what? We just gonna get on our grind, and we're gonna give the people what they want. And he listened to his fan base, bro. Xbox have been listening. Something that Sony front office don't do, something that Jim Ryan don't do. When have you ever seen him respond to his fan base? Do you ever see Jim Ryan talk to anybody? This is a businessman. He don't even know nothing about gaming. He just knows how to run the business. I don't even want to say he knows how to run the business. He's running it how he think it should be ran. And it's just gatekeeping, locking things down, exclusives, bring money in to PlayStation, since we know we have a gold mine in the PS5. We know it's gonna sell like hotcakes. It's a guaranteed win, right? Nah, and not no more. It used to be, like I say, back in the day, you don't hear, like, man, Sony news is so dry right now. I don't hear nobody talking about PlayStation. I'm just being real. It's all about Xbox right now. And when you got this kind of promotion, this kind of marketing behind Xbox right now, this kind of hype, this kind of momentum, man, it's over. I'm sorry, I didn't want to say it. It's over. Now you guys already know what to do, man. Make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell, man. If you would like to donate to the channel, man, just click the link down below. And if you would like to order things, buy things, or if you like to jump into the Xbox ecosystem, the PlayStation ecosystem, just click the links down below. Thank you.